In this demo, we'll show how we will integrate with DigiCert, and we're only going to use the API and the CLI. So the first thing we need to do to configure DigiCert is to create a CSR, a certificate signing request, and then I can get a certificate from DigiCert. So we will use the API. So to get the CSR, we have this endpoint, PKI test request CSR, and if we hit that, we get back a CSR. But to work with that, we're going to basically save it to a file. And also note that this is base64 encoded. So we're going to pipe it to JQ. We're just going to grab the CSR portion of this, and then we're going to decode it to a file. And all of this is going to basically happen on DigiCert, but we're faking it here. So then we'll basically use the CSR to create a certificate using this a fake CA here we have over here, so certificate. And then we want to convert that file into a P7B format. So we'll go ahead and do that. So now that we have the registration authority certificate, which we will need to authenticate with DigiCert, we want to upload it back up to Fleet. So once again, we'll use curl to upload it. And the one thing to note here is this test over here in this API. This is the name of the PKI. We can have multiple PKI integrations. So this one, we're just calling it test. So let's go ahead and upload this certificate. So it's been uploaded to Fleet. And we can actually do a check to see how many PKI integrations we have. And looks like we have this test integration. We have the SHA-256 of the certificate, and we have the expiration date of that certificate. All right, so we've configured our PKI, DigiCert PKI. So next thing that we need to do is we need to create a profile that we will push out to our device, which will deploy a certificate to that device. So we have a Mac device here. And as you can see, it's enrolled in Fleet, and we can also see what it has in its keychain. And let's go ahead and look at what Fleet looks like. So in Fleet, we have our workstations team, and it doesn't have any additional configuration profiles. So we're gonna did I forget one thing? So we're gonna add the configuration profile here, but I think I forgot one thing because there's an extra step in the configuration. So we uploaded the RA certificate. Next, we need to configure the template. And so here's the PKI name, that is test, that's matching the URL path. And then we have a template here, and that's going to be important when creating the configuration profile. And then we have a profile ID, which is for DigiCert. We have the seed ID, which is also for DigiCert. We have the common name that's going to go in the certificate. So let's make a change here. Let's call it demo. And then we have a user principal name, and this special variable over here, the Fleet server is going to replace this with the actual hardware serial of the host. So let's go ahead and save this. So we do need to apply this setting to the Fleet server. So we hit the config endpoint, and as you can see, this is in a file called config.json. So let's go ahead and use curl to send that file. See, we hit the Fleet config endpoint using a patch, and we send that file. And the whole config comes back. As you can see, here's that demo. So this config was applied. So now we're gonna create a profile. So let's go ahead and go to our editor, and the profile will look like this. Actually, let's go ahead and I think this is fine. So this is going to be a PKCS 12 payload. The password field is required, so we need to use this for the password. And payload content, that's where the actual PKCS 12 base 64 encoded content is going to be, and this is what we need to put in here. So this prefix tells Fleet that we're going to insert a certificate here using my template, and that my template is matching this name in the template that we configured. So we're going to use that template to get a certificate, and then we have some other fields here. So as we saw, there is no profiles here, so we're going to use gitops to get that profile to our device. Okay, so we have a simple gitops file for the team name of workstations. We configure a few things here, but the important thing here is under controls, macOS settings, custom settings. We're adding this profile, and this points to lib configuration profiles back in this directory path, this file over here, which matches what we just saw. So let's go ahead and run gitops. So we could do fleet control gitops. Let me type it all out. Fleet control gitops, and then file. And I have this in gitops teams workstations.yaml. And first we'll do a dry run just to make sure everything's good. Okay. And now we'll do the real run. And let's go ahead back to our Fleet instance. We'll refresh this page, and you see this profile is here. And if we go to our host, we see that it should start getting that certificate out. And there we go. Took a little while because we went through gitops. This update happens once every 30 seconds. So it looks like the certificate has been pushed out and it is being verified. It isn't verifying, so it is on the device. So let's go to the device and see what happened over there. So let's go back here. Let's see. So there we go. We see our profile is here, and then we see the certificate. Demo, see name, serial number name. So if we double click on this and go down to extensions, we should see the user principal name here as well.